I'm sorry. I appreciate your time. Listen,
Sure.
I don't get to talk to someone in the government that's taking part in these big decisions like this. And
Well, only one of 535. So
which one would like me? Virginia Fox?
I don't know.
Do you have her number?
I don't have her number. No.
All right.
Listen to a disturbing story. No. I do not. I do not want to listen to a disturbing story. I appreciate the offer, but no, it is nighttime over here. No, thank you.
Welcome to the Adam Friedland Show. I'm Adam Friedland. As always, thank you to our members and our patrons, the people that support our show. If you'd like to support our show, there's a link in the description of this video below to become a member, which gives you early access to all of our episodes. And there's also a link if you prefer to use Patreon in the description as well. And as always, guys, there are 2 additional tiers for those of you who'd like to get your name in the credits. This week, my guest was Ritchie Torres from New York's 15th District in the House of Representatives. I'd heard of Representative Torres, but before I researched for this episode,
I have a lot of beef with Ritchie Torres because he is AIPAC's little bitch. He cares more about Israel than he does the people in the Bronx. So I have a lot of shit for Ritchie Torres.
but I'd never heard of his backstory. And frankly, it's kind of inspirational. I mean, he grew up in public housing, single mother, a minimum wage. He realized he was gay in elementary school. He attempted to take his own life in college. And he came back from a mental health crisis and became a member of the New York City Council and a member of the United States House of Representatives. He's the first gay black man in Congress. I mean, it's kind of like a movie.
And that's why it's like, I'm with Palestine. I got this to bring to protests because I have the other one hanging in front of my window. That's the thing. Like people had a lot of hopes for Ritchie Torres, but then he got AIPAC money and became AIPAC's bitch.
This is like I don't know what this is. It's kind of like it was unexpected. Representative Torres has been referred to as Israel's loudest advocate in the House of Representatives. And
let's show how much money Ritchie Torres has gotten. Ritchie Torres. I want him to get primaried. Fuck him. AIPAC. And fuck AIPAC. Fuck them. Let's see. How much? Oh, what? Over $1 million? Ritchie. You're AIPAC's little bitch. So, I'm very, very, very interested now.
And when prior to this interview, I wanted to have a conversation that didn't resemble like a point counterpoint, just screaming match like we see online all the time. I wanted to try and get something different. And to be honest with you, when I became emotional, and it fell off the rails, and I wasn't able as an interviewer to get it back on the rails. I mean, there were like multiple topics that we didn't cover at the end. It was frankly, it was exhausting for both of us.
Have a nice day.
And yeah, it felt like it was a gotcha, and I'm an activist, and this is how this conversation goes nowadays. And so while I didn't get what I was initially, looking for, I kind of still feel like it's important. I stand by what I said, and even if I'm like being, my voice is high. Don't like. I mean, I think it's important to say what I said in the interview, and so I don't know what it is. I mean, at a certain point, I don't even know if it's an interview, but I hope you make of it what you will.
What do the comments say? Wow, Torres, I don't think you know what you're talking about. To Adam Friedland about the scene. One of the most prominent African American voices, and also Ritchie Torres. His constant smiling is actually terrifying. You'd think his cheeks would start hurting. Aw, this is so sweet. Whatever this show ends up being, this will be the episode where it became that thing. What an episode, brother. Aww. If you told me there was one comedy project from the last decade that ultimately led to confronting elected officials on their support of genocide, I probably wouldn't have guessed it was Come Town. Proud of cool Adam for this one. Wow, this is so sweet. Oh my god. I'm gonna start crying now. I'm gonna fucking cry. This is gonna make me cry.
And next week we're gonna have it's gonna be so funny. But this one I think it's gonna be a different tone, and enjoy.
I'm nervous now.
Ladies and gentlemen, Congressman from New York in the U.S. House of Representatives, Ritchie Torres. Everyone, make some noise. I can't. Hello.
What's going on?
Hello. Well, I got two issues. First of all, your district is Yankee Stadium. That's one of your
I
constituents.
represent Yankee Stadium, yeah.
And I asked you how the Yanks were, and you were like, I'm not. You didn't.
So I love the Yankees, but I'm not a huge baseball fan.
You just turned it
And I'm
off.
not going to pretend to be a baseball fan.
What about the zoo?
Okay, I appreciate that. At least he's acknowledging he likes the Yankees. I'm a diehard Yankees fan, so that's why I'm saying that.
I love the Bronx Zoo.
Okay.
Botanical Gardens.
Do you consider the animals your constituents?
I consider the Bronx Zoo indistinguishable from the United States Congress, yeah.
Oh. Does that crush if you say it to another guy in Congress?
It crushes nowhere because if I had any comedic talent, I probably wouldn't be in Congress.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
You want to be a stand-up
But
comedian?
when I was a kid, I was a fan, not of baseball, but professional wrestling.
Really?
Yeah, I was a huge
we're the same age.
fan of
Attitude
The Rock.
Era.
The Attitude Era.
Oh
So
my
I started
God.
watching in 1998.
We had it so
Stone Cold
good
Steve
at the
Austin,
time.
The Rock. I thought that was the golden age. Mankind.
So was I.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we were
And I
watching
did
Raw.
a huge rock impersonation when I was a kid. I used to.
I knew of you as a congressman, but I didn't know your backstory. And goddamn, wow. I mean, it's an incredibly inspirational story that you have.
And unlike George Santos, I have a true story.
That's your op. That's
I have
the enemy.
no OnlyFans account, but I do have an actual
Did
biography.
he have an OnlyFans?
Oh yeah.
In Congress.
I'm not sure if he had it, but certainly it was generating income.
He
for him
would have been
after.
the first. I mean,
Who knows? I mean, I'm not
He would have
closely.
been the first
I'm not
member of
closely
Congress.
following the OnlyFans accounts of every
it
member
sounds
of
like
Congress.
you can't stand this guy.
No, just
No.
I want to.
Do you miss him? He was pretty funny.
He was endless source
hilarious.
of comedic enjoyment. Yeah.
His tweet right before jail was amazing.
Yeah.
He's like, the curtain closes,
Yeah.
she walks off stage. He was a real ham, George.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
was
But he was a complete fraud, right?
total fraud. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he bought Birkin bags with campaign funds.
Well, and also he fabricated every aspect of his biography. It was not like he told one lie here or there. It was like the whole story was a complete fabrication.
I feel like in this day and age, that's kind of that's in play. I feel like you could do it.
No, it's I've never.
I feel like
seen-
it's such a chaotic time. I went to Harvard Law School, and I used to be the coolest guy in my school, and I'm also Brazilian and Jewish. And what did he say?
No, he said that his parents were Holocaust survivors. And
I
he
like
was
that.
Ukrainian
That's
because of
good.
the war in Ukraine.
He was also Ukrainian.
And he had he
And
had
his name was
friends who
Santos.
died in the mass shooting in Orlando.
He's amazing.
He incorporated every current event into his life story.
Pathological liars are great, but he took it all the way in the show.
Although he inspired me to introduce a bill that
Yes.
has, I think it's the greatest acronym in the history of
What is it
congressional
called?
legislation, the Santos Act.
And what was it?
Stop another non-truthful office seeker. Santos.
Am I sensing that there's
the Santos Act.
that the two of you guys, as like young New York gay, like Latino congressman,
That's the other thing. Ritchie Torres is half Spanish. He's Afro-Latino. And I'm just like, dude, come on. I wish I could like him, too.
naturally like your foil. He's your Darth Vader.
Let's assume like after he was expelled from Congress,
Yeah.
I became the most prominent Jewish gay Latino congressman from New York. How's that?
You're Jewish?
No, I'm Jewish.
You're Jewish.
I'm lying.
Oh, come on. I wouldn't wish this upon my greatest enemy. You don't want any part of this, my friend.
You never heard this comment? He's Jewish, not Jewish?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of
Yeah.
people say that, but you don't. I'm just
No, but
telling
he
you-
invented the term.
about you. I don't
No, he
think
invented the term about himself.
it's just a word with it. Yeah,
he-
about him.
When he was confronted, why did you lie about being Jewish? He
For
said,
being
I
Jewish?
never said I was Jewish. I said I was Jewish.
I would say that I'm.
But you're actually Jewish.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I can't quit.
No,
I wrote a letter to Bibi and they rejected. They don't let you out. It's like the mafia. You know that. You know how you join is when you're a baby.
Yeah.
Your parents have a party, and then this like old wizard walks in, and then he pulls your diaper off.
Yeah.
And then your whole family looks at your beautiful baby penis, and then he cuts the part that I guess gives one pleasure later on in life and during sex, and then there's like a deli tray there and stuff. That's how you join the club.
Yeah.
But we've been doing it for a while though.
Richie's like, I have no idea what the fuck is happening. Like, what do I say to this? Oh my god.
I don't know. I don't mind it. You really didn't like my crude humor.
I mean, you've endured for thousands of years, so something's going right.
Yeah, I guess so. It's definitely the wizard and the baby's penis part.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. I know. I'm being crude with a member of the
No.
of the legislative
These are important
branch.
decisions that parents have
You
to
know
make.
what's rude is that we're in an era where like talking to someone in the legislative branch is it's a privilege because it's so fucking crazy.
No, the privilege is mine. You're the one with the massive
to
following
be
and audience.
here.
You were in the New Yorker. You know I know that because you told me.
I know.
Not because I read the profile. But you told me you were in the New Yorker. So
Why did you read
congratulations
it?
on the profile. You know you would be considered young in the United States Congress?
Yeah, I mean I've only been able to be president.
My dating profile says I'm congressionally young.
Congressional young.
And congressionally attractive, just in case you're disappointed.
that gets some action.
Is it a plus? It's
It
not
has to
clear.
be.
It's not clear.
It has to be.
I mean, I work 7 days a week, so that has a crowding out effect. But
Yeah, and you're with the worst people on earth.
I think there's another reason people may not be so excited to be with you, Richie. Just saying.
well,
What are you doing to yourself? It must be tough.
yeah. One of my colleagues said to me that Congress is the best university in the world.
Really?
And because you just have access to some of the brightest minds, you can learn a tremendous amount.
They're the smartest guys?
Some of the, yeah.
Do you know who's running this country? The dumbest piece of shit. His entire administration is dumb. I want to know who said this because they're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But we certainly have access to
It's like
some-
the Sorbonne or something.
Yeah.
In Congress. How boring is it, like, to be in the government sometimes? What's the most boring part of it?
I mean, I love it
You love it?
because of the variety.
Because he lets
You
the-
like,
like,
the
parliamentary
Israel's
procedure
been-
or
Well,
stuff like
I
that?
feel like no position has more variety than a House member because one day you get to be local, state, national, and
Yeah.
international at the same time. So one day I'm receiving a complaint about a pothole on Fordham Road,
Uh-huh.
or pressuring the mayor to crack down on an open-air drug market in the South Bronx. And the
what
next
do you
day,
do in Congress about that?
and then the next day I'm receiving like a briefing from the CIA about rising tensions between the United States and China. So
What do you do about the pothole in D.C. though? I'm just sorry.
I mean,
I'm
I
confused.
use my platform to pressure the mayor to solve problems or the
Oh,
governor. Right,
Adams. Yeah. Can I guess who you were in school growing up?
Sure.
You were like were you student government?
No, not student government.
You were like a debate club or
I was the captain of the law team.
law team.
A
Oh, so you
lot
wanted to be a lawyer?
I didn't even
Yeah, I had dreams of becoming either a lawyer or a teacher.
So you did mock trial, right?
I did moot court
Moot
and mock
court.
trial, but I was like a master of moot court.
And what did you like? You liked like the Atticus Finch style, like closing argument.
So that was mock trial. But
Yeah.
moot court is modeled after the Supreme Court or an appellate court.
Uh-huh.
So you deliver an argument before a panel of judges who
so you like the
interrupt
one
you with
worse
questions.
speeches. The one that's less
No, because it teaches you to think on your feet. Yeah, it's less theatrical.
But that was your prep for the game.
Yeah.
You went to the show.
It was the first time when I discovered I had a talent for public speaking, or I thought I had a talent for talking.
Early on, you grew up in a single mother home. You have a twin brother?
Twin brother.
Identical?
Yeah, he's biologically older. I'm temperamentally older.
Identical or no?
Fraternal. We're
Fraternal.
fake twins.
That's all right.
5 minutes apart.
I was on a date once with a girl who told me, the first date, she said, I have an identical twin, and I can't do it. I can't tell her secrets. She has her brain is connected to another one of her.
Yeah.
You can't trust these people.
It's funny, when I was a kid.
That's a prejudice of mine.
People would ask me, where's your brother? I'm like, we're fraternal twins, not Siamese twins.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know his whereabouts at every moment. So.
But you're good at DC, right?
I'm learning DC.
You're still learning.
He has a
Yeah,
twin
of course.
brother.
I've only been there for 3 terms. It's the most complicated legislature on earth. No one's going to master it in 3 terms. I think the problem with DC is not that it's corrupt. The problem with DC is that it's stupid. There's just so
Coming from one of the most corrupt people. That's funny.
much absurdity in DC.
I thought you said it's the smartest place in the world.
Or you have access to some of the brightest minds. So, like, if you want to learn more about artificial intelligence or quantum computing or energy, you can reach out to some of the best minds.
Yeah. You can call any CEO right now.
Not every, but
call Zuck right now.
People generally will take your call. I'm not calling him now, so
You not?
I don't know.
Your
him,
boys
so.
was Zuck. You said I'm not calling him now. You have his number.
Well, I don't know.
So
Never met him.
what CEO is your best friend? What's the best one?
Mention who's my best friend.
How many CEO friends do you have?
I don't have many CEO friends.
Well, you said
Wait, he has his best friend's a CEO? Red flag. Much?
you could call anyone on the phone at any time.
If I had a question about like AI policy, I probably could get a meeting with a CEO. Yeah, that's true of any member of Congress.
Yeah. Did you grow up in the district you represent?
My father's from Mott Haven. I'm from Throgs Neck Houses. So I grew up in a public housing development in Throgs Neck Houses, right across the street from what was formerly Trump Golf Course.
Yeah.
And I kid you not, as the golf course was undergoing construction, it unleashed a skunk infestation. So I tell people
On the project?
So I tell people I've been smelling the stench of Donald Trump long before he became president. But he was
But beyond
infested
that-
with skunks.
God.
What's you grew up in New York City, so
Born and raised in the Bronx.
First of all, why didn't he say that story more often? Do you know how much of a banger that line is? I mean, I don't fucking like Ritchie Torres at all. But, like, that's a banger line.
our president is an outer borough New Yorker, effectively.
Yeah, from Queens. Yeah.
Right. He wants to present that he's like Mr. like Goldman Sachs, but really he's a New York City real estate guy.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah. He was never respected in the real estate industry. He was known to like rip off his contractors, and he was seen as a joke within the industry.
Yeah, he figured out that if you keep someone in a lawsuit long
he
enough,
was more
you don't have to pay them.
he was more known for his self-promotion and marketing than he was for his actual effectiveness in real estate.
Yeah. Have you ever? What have your interactions been with the president?
No interactions.
You've never
met him. Have no desire to meet him.
Let's practice it right now.
I feel like he's the worst
Trump.
person on earth.
You don't want to meet him once? You're in the government though. You got to meet the president.
He's the devil.
He's the devil.
I mean, he's not wrong. There's just another person that I think could also be the devil. His name starts with a B, and then there's another B. But he would never say that's Hitler 2.0. Never.
Devil?
Yeah.
You got to have a good burn for the president. Let's practice. I'm Trump. What's up? I'm Trump. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
That's you just bombed. You
So
can't
what should I
sit there
do?
like that with some weird smile.
I'm
like
gonna
that.
shake Donald Trump's hand.
Yeah, you have to say like you're doing like the Holocaust right now in this country, like you have to say like you're ruining this country right now. Like seriously, why don't you say something like that? You're an asshole. You've sent the Marines into.
Okay, we'll practice. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Let's get it. Come on, dude.
Mr. President,
Yeah.
how are you? I'm looking for. Hopefully, you can release those files.
The Epstein? That's your no. Come on, dude. First of all, you guys already lost on Epstein.
You think we lost on Epstein?
You guys lost
He's
on
He's
Epstein.
obviously in the files.
Well, half of the files is your guys too, right?
Yeah,
so
but he's
you got, but half the files is your guys too. So that's why you guys didn't do this.
In my opinion, they should have just released it. Fuck Bill Clinton. If this easily could have destroyed Trump. Would it? I don't know. But it could have. It could have.
My view is release the files and let the dice fall where they may.
You guys lost on Epstein.
Why did we lose?
His crappy excuse, like everyone, his whole base doesn't really care.
Yeah, they moved on.
What we found is that they actually don't care.
Yeah.
MAGA didn't really care.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys
Like
really
pedophiles.
are having a rough one right now, I think.
What's your advice for us?
I don't know. I mean, you're one of the guys, so I'll tell you what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
right.
please tell me.
I really.
Oh, this is the thing. I could never. I mean, okay, I would love to confront people in Congress. I mean, I call my Congress people every day. Please do that. Use the 5-call app. It's super fucking easy. And I would have no problem calling them out. I just think it's just awkward. But I think it's important. They need to hear it. They are in this bubble of money and power, and they think, well, we can do whatever the fuck we want. That's true. But then when they get confronted, they don't like that. They don't like that at all. And I think it's important that they get reminded.
I wanted to give you your whole story about where.
You want me to tell my story?
No, because I want to talk about this. But,
Okay. You clearly don't want to hear my stories.
I've been trying to toss it to your story, which is that's a Hallmark movie. We'd open this up like this guy's. You're the first black gay guy to be in the government. Gay man to be in the government.
Yeah.
Gay guy is you can't say that to a
First
you're the
Latino and black gay member of Congress.
first Latino,
in the
black
United
and
States.
gay.
Yeah.
It doesn't roll off the tongue, that one.
Yeah. Too many identities.
Yeah. First black president. Obama crushed it with that one. Yeah. First Latino and black and gay.
Once you have a first black president, everything else becomes less impressive.
How many LGBT?
I think that his story is very impressive. So that's not true. I disagree.
Members
Ritchie.
of Congress are there?
There are quite a few, like more than 10.
More than 10.
Yeah.
And there's 100 Senate. How many House?
435.
435.
So 535 in total.
Are there no Republicans, right?
Who are openly LGBTQ?
Oh, you're saying
none of them.
You're spilling the tea right now?
Well, my running joke is the LGBTQ caucus is the only caucus that can expand without winning an election. We just have to take members out of the closet.
Would you do that? You were in the closet in your life, right? Like, what are the ethics there? It's really interesting because, like,
would I out
see a
members? No, I'm not
if you see a closet gay Republican, like advocating for something that is,
would I out him?
Well, it's advocating for like a taking away gay marriage or something. Yeah. Like, what's the rule there? Because you were in the closet yourself as a young man, and it's a painful thing, I would imagine.
Yeah, no, you have to go through it's a process.
You found out in middle school?
I realized that I was a gay in middle school.
When was it? Titanic? Leo DiCaprio?
No.
No, I didn't realize at all when I
saw Leonardo DiCaprio.
What? How was it? What was it?
I forget exactly how I realized, but
you forgot? No, you don't.
No, he fucking knows.
You gotta have a better story. You're a politician. Titanic, Leonardo DiCaprio.
I'm not often asked about my coming out story in the Bronx, so.
Why not? It's an interesting story, right? And like you're Puerto Rican. You were afraid of experiencing homophobia in your community, or?
Yeah, I grew up in the projects, so it's a machismo environment.
And what about in your family? Was there when did you come out to them?
16.
16.
Yeah.
And was that when you came out?
No, then I came out gradually over time, and then when I ran for office when I was 24, I decided to be out to everyone, to run as an openly LGBTQ candidate.
But
I will give him credit. Like that is very courageous. To do. Also, I didn't know he's Puerto Rican, and now I'm even more annoyed because I'm Puerto Rican. All Puerto Rican. Pro Palestine. Story for a different day.
Back in 2013.
When you were at school and stuff, you didn't tell people that you were gay? Or?
Yeah, I was telling more and more people over time.
I thought you were at an assembly or something.
Yes, I was at a debate competition where I said I was a gay American.
So that's counts as coming out?
Isn't that like a Jim McGreevey moment, though? Remember he said I was, as a gay American?
Yeah.
He gave the speech. And that's such a dated
You're
reference.
You're a kid coming out of the closet. Don't diminish that experience.
Yeah, it was back in...
No, that's your story. Why would you say that was just a debate competition? It has to be scary.
No, I agree. It was terrifying. Yeah.
What led you to do it at debate?
Yeah. I don't know. I felt... I just felt, you know, it's interesting.
Did you see something that you were like?
Yeah, so I was browsing through MySpace.
Yeah.
And I ran into the profile of a teacher.
Uh-huh.
Who identified as gay, and it was the first time I knew of a person in my social universe who was openly LGBTQ, and so I approached him. And
your social universe, you chilled with your teachers,
or people in the world I knew, I guess.
You hung out with adults.
I did not socialize my teachers.
Yeah. No, so it was the first adult or person that was openly gay.
Yeah, because I grew up in a world where no one was openly gay.
Yeah.
And I just spontaneously came out. It was the first time I ever had to acknowledge my sexuality to someone.
Do you feel like sharing your story, like, and making it all the way to Congress, that has to be an inspiration to people that grew up in a place like that? Yeah. No? That must feel good, no?
It does.
So why are you diminishing it on the show right now?
I'm not diminishing it, but I feel...
You should be proud of that. I was in the New Yorker yesterday. You were...
I was in the New Yorker as well. Back in 2016.
Oh, okay. Well, I was in it yesterday. So both of us are probably the same.
Yeah, but you're at a much higher level than I am. So.
No, you were 2016. You were a Bernie delegate.
Yeah. I was 2016.
Yeah. So wait.
What happened to this man? Almost $2 million makes you act like an insane person? God. He was a Bernie bro? Damn.
So go back to that, because it's interesting to me. So like, you had this mental health crisis in college, right? And did it stem? It stemmed from being gay? Is that what it was?
Not only from I had a sexual identity, but I had a severe struggle with depression.
Yeah.
Which began in high school.
Yeah.
But then became worse in college. And I dropped out of college, and at some point even thought of committing suicide.
Yeah.
Underwent hospitalization, felt as if the world around me had collapsed. But then I began taking an antidepressant, going through psychotherapy, and it just gave me a fighting chance to rebuild my life. So after a few years of hospitalization, I rebuilt my life and became the youngest elected official in America's largest city. I ran for the council, and then ultimately ran for the United States Congress, and here I am.
And it was a few years that you were going through that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, what did you do once you got out? How did you restart your life?
Well, instead of going back to school, I went into politics. So I was a housing organizer.
Politics from that?
I was a housing organizer for a New York City council member, and then I ran for public office myself.
I would have moved to France or something.
No, I couldn't afford to. I couldn't afford to move to France.
Yeah.
I grew up poor.
You could figure it out.
Yeah.
You get a ticket. You get to France. I don't know. You busk. Do you know a guitar?
No.
You get a guitar. Put the I don't know. Obviously, to run for office, you have to have a call to public service.
Yeah.
You guys all say that, but you have to have an ambition as well, right? That has to be part of it, right? I want to do.
I think an ambition to make a difference.
Yeah, but you want to be. I want to be the president of the United States. Come on.
I have no desire to be president.
Is your ambition purely just to make a difference? I mean, it's a very abstract term too. What's your dream?
My goal is to be the best elected official I can be. And then let the rest take care of itself.
That doesn't work for me.
Works for me.
You could say I want to make sure that.
I would love to be.
Say a better thing, I want to make sure that kids in my neighborhood could have a better life or something. I'm saying the best that you could be is so abstract. You could vote for anything.
Yeah.
No.
I can tell you why I ran into public office. So.
Which is what?
It was really about public housing. So born and raised in the Bronx, spent most of my life in poverty. And raised by a single mother. We raised three of us on minimum wage, which in the 1990s was $4.25 an hour.
It's ridiculous.
But the most formative experience of my life was growing up in public housing.
That's insane. $4.29, and still to this day in 2025, it's $7.25. $7.25. That's gross.
And in New York City, there's an institution known as the New York City Housing Authority, NYCHA, which manages the largest stock of public housing in the country. It houses about 500,000 people. And it's been so chronically underfunded by the federal government that it has a capital need of $80 billion and counting.
And is that issue something that affects your constituents? Because you represent the poorest district
and
in
I
America.
represent one of the largest concentrations of public housing in the country.
Yeah.
And so you have like asthmatics who are struggling to breathe in their homes.
You lived in
the face
unsafe circumstances as well, right?
Yeah. I mean, I grew up without heat and hot water, molded conditions, leaking conditions. Like these conditions, you know, the living conditions of public housing have become a humanitarian crisis.
And
I think you know, if NYCHA were a city unto itself, it would be the largest city of low-income Black and brown Americans in the United States, and it's the forgotten city of New York.
In representing the poorest district in America, one of the smallest districts too, right?
The most contiguous and compact district, and it was even more so before redistricting.
And you have a third of your district lives under the poverty line. Is that correct?
It's the lowest income district. About a third of the district is enrolled in SNAP. 70% is enrolled in Medicaid.
About a third are born in other countries. Is that correct?
Significant immigrant population. Yeah.
What is the mandate that you have in DC representing those people?
I mean, it's to make government work for the Bronx, to protect critical programs like Medicaid, SNAP, Medicare, Social Security.
Is that what you carry with you when you're in Congress? Is that what you consider when you're like in a committee hearing or something?
Everything should be centered around the Bronx. And for me, the Bronx is not only...
Bitch, I mainly learned about you because of Israel. Nothing you do or have done in the past 2 years is about the fucking Bronx. Please.
Where I live, it's who I am. I tell my constituents, even when I leave the Bronx for Washington, D.C., the Bronx never leaves me. The most important lesson my mother taught me is never forget where you came from, and I'm from the Bronx. And I've lived in the Bronx my whole life, and I probably will die in the Bronx.
Guys, DraftKings Casino has your playbook.
Ethical reacts. You're welcome, Adam.
For gaming action all season long. Play thousands of popular slots for a shot at jackpots. Over 400 million has already been awarded. That's a lot. Guys, and don't get me started on Huff and More Puff. New players get 500 spins on, of course, Huff and More Puff. Over 10 days, download the app, use the code TAFS to claim your spins after your first $5 wager. Get in the game with DraftKings Casino, home of the largest jackpot. And of course, Huff and More Puff. Of course, you get spins on Huff and More Puff. Get in the game with DraftKings Casino, home of the largest jackpot win in online casino history. The crown is yours. And of course, they have Huff and More Puff. Huff and More Puff, guys, I can't tell you how much these 10 days of spins mean to me. Guys, you get 500 spins on Huff and More Puff over 10 days. Download the app and use the code TAFS to claim your spins after your first $5 wager. Once again, guys, let me stress this, okay? I don't want to get this wrong. New players get 500 spins on Huff and More Puff over 10 days. You download the app, use the code TAFS, and you claim your spins after your first $5 wager. That's Huff and More Puff. It's for adults.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problems.
I can't. I feel like they don't read the ads. I feel like they actually have to film it. It's so bad.
Problem gambling, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 and over. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Non-withdrawable casino spins issued as 50 spins per day for 10 days, valid for featured game only, and expire each day after 24 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends October 5th, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time.
Let me tell you about the online cannabis company.
Come on, Adam.
company that's revolutionizing how we deal with life's challenges, from sleepless nights to stress-filled days, and also a sex one. Mood.com has created an entire line of functional gummies that target specific health concerns with 100% federally legal THC blends. They'll deliver them discreetly to your doorstep. That's awesome, right? And you get 20% off your first order at Mood.com with the promo code TAFS. Guys, I've tried a bunch of their gummies, and it's wild how different each one feels. Their Sleepy Time gummies knock me out in about 15 minutes flat. No hangovers, no grogginess. I wake up feeling amazing when it's sleepy time. And don't get me started on Epic Euphoria gummies. They're perfect for those days when nothing's going on, right? When nothing's going, don't get me started on Epic Euphoria gummies. They're perfect for those days when nothing's going right and you just need to hit the reset button on your crap mood. Okay, so what makes these different is how they've paired THC and other cannabinoids with herbs and
what
adaptogens.
Is happening?
You're just not going to find gummies like this in the dispensary or anywhere for that matter. And they have gummies for everything: immune support, menopause relief, PMS symptoms.
Those shades look
you guys
so
are gonna love it. I mean, especially for this audience. Mental clarity, sexual arousal. And each one is crafted using federally legal cannabis grown on a small family-owned American farm. That's right. Not only does Mood stand behind everything with an industry-leading 100-day satisfaction guarantee, but as I mentioned, listeners get 20% off their first order with the code TAFS. So head to Mood.com, browse their amazing selection of functional gummies, and find the perfect gummy for whatever you're dealing with. And remember to use the promo code TAFS at checkout to save 20% off your first order. That's Mood.com. And now we're back to the episode.
Thank God. Oh my God. Adam, these are too fucking long. Too fucking long, buddy.
Something interesting that's happened in the Bronx is in the last general election, from what I understand, there was the largest swing towards the Republican Party.
One of the largest. In 2012,
Yeah.
Barack Obama won 96% of the vote in New York 15 in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Flash forward to the 2024 election, there's a more than 22-point swing toward Donald Trump.
Why is the Democratic Party losing the most vulnerable people in America then? What do you attribute that
Well,
to?
the Democratic Party is hemorrhaging support among working class people of color throughout the country.
Why is that?
You know, Occam's razor holds the simplest explanation is almost always the best. The simple explanation is inflation and immigration.
Yeah.
We had the highest inflation in more than 4 decades. So if you're paying double or triple the cost for groceries and gasoline, you're going to lash out at those in power, at the establishment.
You say that the incumbency is just bound to lose that election, Biden.
If
Biden
the
or
incumbency
Kamala.
is perceived as failing, yes.
Was there a way to win that election against Trump? If inflation is so bad, is it impossible to win that election?
The odds were stacked against us because of inflation and the mismanagement of the migrant crisis. But
Yeah.
you know, if we had the benefit of a full primary process, and if we had a stronger general election candidate, maybe we could have won. But I don't know for sure. But Donald Trump is a fatally flawed candidate, so maybe we could have won.
You remember the least.
Wait a second. Was he saying that Kamala Harris wasn't a strong candidate? Tell him back it up a little bit.
Establishment.
You say that the incumbency is just bound to lose that election, Biden.
If
Biden
the
or
incumbency
Kamala.
is perceived as failing, yes.
Was there a way to win that election against Trump? If inflation is so bad, is it impossible to win that election?
The odds were stacked against us because of inflation and the mismanagement of the migrant crisis.
Okay, but like the inflation was because of. Okay, hey Google, stop. Google, stop. Ugh, so rude. So the thing that they like completely failed to say was the reason why our economy is so bad is because of Trump and COVID. Like, that's why, for example, the beautiful bullshit fucking motherfuckers who did the worst bill in American history made it sunset. So what sunset means is that the bill is going to really go into play after the midterms and then after Trump, after 2028. So then likely the Democrats, if we even have free elections, let's be fucking for real, then the Democrats would have the responsibility and the ownership of, well, I don't have insurance anymore. You guys took away my insurance because it's just the government. That's the problem. Instead of saying, hey, we had a world, a once in a lifetime pandemic that is still going on, which Biden has diminished. COVID is now back up. RFK Jr. is taking away the vaccine because he's a fucking twat. And because of that, things are going to go up because the entire world was shut down. But on top of that, even before everything happened, and then explaining why the economy went the way it went, but the focusing on it and blaming Trump. Like how Trump has always said, well, it's because of Biden and his administration, and that's why you just left the borders open, blah, blah, blah. Like, he always focused Biden immigration. We don't fucking do that on the Democrats. We just are like, no, the reason we have inflation problems is because of Trump. The reason we have inflation problems is because of Trump. You fucking say it till you're blue in the face. That's the problem. And they didn't fucking do that. They were silent. They just took it. They made the inflation their problem instead of saying, it is our problem right now, but here is why it's happening. And this is what I'm doing to solve it. Because the reason why Trump's economy, when he was president, was so good was because of Obama. And Biden never fucking said that. And Kamala Harris never emphasized that. You have to emphasize how past presidencies affect the current and future presidencies. I'm annoyed.
But
yeah,
if we had the benefit of a full primary process, and if we had a stronger general election candidate.
They didn't like Kamala Harris, though. I find that fascinating. I wonder why.
Maybe we could have won, but I don't know for sure. But Donald Trump is a fatally flawed candidate, so maybe we could have won.
You're a member of the least popular Congress probably of our lifetime.
I think we are.
Probably.
We're less popular than colonoscopies.
It sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it suck? Does it suck to be the least?
I think there was polling that said we're more popular than cockroaches, but we're less, and more popular.
You guys are losing.
And barely more popular than Ebola.
You guys are losing Hamas for sure.
Yeah, well.
You guys are getting crushed by
Hamas. Might be more popular on college campuses than Congress.
Oh, okay. Okay. But anyway, but I looked at a Gallup poll the other day. Dude, this is I was actually started laughing. You just have to laugh at this. You guys are 23 right now. That's not bad.
Higher than I thought.
That's high.
Yeah.
You guys, what is this?
It should be 5.
Oh my God, May 2024 is 13?
Means we have room for growth.
13.
It should be low. It should be 13. 13, 2024. Oh, look up. Something must have happened. Let me see. What? May 2024. Donald Trump in U.S. court, the assassination attempt of Prime Minister Robert Fico, the administration allowing Ukraine to strike. That's no. Also, oh, this is why the crackdown that that Biden administration did on protesters for Gaza who were protesting genocide in Gaza. That's why. That's why. It was 13.
Yeah. That's you and the Republicans. 13.
Yeah, the institution at large.
13 is you poop your pants in front of the whole school.
Yeah.
February 2024, 12%.
Yeah, so it sounds like
what was happening that month?
If Congress were if Congress were a woman, you probably wouldn't go on a date with her. Is that
why?
She's unpopular? I don't know.
No, what she could be like beautiful. You know, like what do you mean?
No, you seem to hate Congress. So
I'm saying everyone does, right? I'm looking at the Gallup poll.
Are you part
America.
of the 13% that approves, or?
I think that we have to recognize the runway a little bit and
we're about to get spicy.
What got us here, maybe?
Yeah,
you know, seeing the Marine Corps entering the second largest city in America, and seeing the most vulnerable people in society just taken away from their children, and kidnapped, and there are facilities in our country right now surrounded by alligators and stuff. There are facilities where there are cages with human beings in them.
Concentration camps.
Who have not been afforded any due process. And the sad thing is that you guys are, you're polling behind Donald Trump right now. And
that's not true.
The Democratic Party has lower approval ratings.
Yes, it is true, Ritchie.
Than Donald Trump.
I think the story's more complicated there.
What?
See, this is the problem with the Democratic Party. This fucking blindness for Israel. And the fact that Donald Trump lied, saying he was going to end the genocide and that he was going to stop the war in Ukraine. That's the problem.
What is that?
Yeah, so the latest polling from CNN shows that the most important issue to Americans is inflation, the cost of living. And on the most important issue, Donald Trump is 25 points underwater. And since the November election, there's been a 34-point swing against him, and that we as Democrats are more trusted on inflation than he is. That's a
And you're still 21% though. That shows you how horrible the Democratic leadership has been. It has shown you how fucking feckless the Democratic Party has been. If he had a 36 fucking swing and y'all still suck, what is the problem? You, the party. You should be at a 90% approval rate as Democrats. But because you are so up Bibi Netanyahu's ass, you're so fucking obsessed with Israel, you refuse to listen to your party, people that want the genocide to end. This is why you're below everything else. It's right there. It's just like, they don't get it. They truly, either they don't care, they don't get it. I don't know. They're not fucking human. I can tell you that. They have no soul. It's been sucked out by AIPAC.
Huge swing.
Why are you guys not killing him right now? That is a cherry pick. Come on.
Inflation is the most important issue.
I want to talk to you guys about Monarch money.
Dude, I swear to God, if this is fucking longer than 5 minutes, I'm gonna lose it.
Sometimes it's tough to remember where all your finance accounts are. They're drifting all over the internet. If you had an old job and 401k, a job that you forgot about, a job that you want to forget about, a traumatic thing may have happened at that job. You can organize it all in one place with Monarch Money. And it's a personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together all in one clean interface on your laptop or your phone. Guys, it just simplifies your life. Money is a really stressful thing. I didn't look at my bank account for about 3.5 years. And right now, for our listeners, Monarch is offering 50% off.
Okay, please don't do that. This motherfucker is rich. Please do not not look at your bank account for 3 years. Please don't do that. Please don't be that fucking stupid. This motherfucker's rich, okay? Don't do that.
Your first year. I was looking at the app, Monarch. It's really streamlined my relationship. Now my wife has access to all of my accounts, our accounts, and
They got married?
it's just kept the can you Venmo me thing. It's like, and then if you see a record of it on Venmo, it's just, we have all of our shit in one place. So recently when I went home to my dad, I found all of this mail from a former employer with a 401k that I just didn't know existed. Now with Monarch Money, I can have all of this crap in one place. A lot of people forget about it. It's not embarrassing to admit. It does the heavy lifting, and it links all your accounts in minutes. And it gets clear data, visuals, smart categorization of your spending, and real control of your money. I burped a little bit. So guys, just don't leave your freaking money on the table, okay? You could track every dollar, and if you're ignoring your finances, it could cost you dearly. Monarch helps you stay informed so nothing slips through the cracks. It's not just another finance app, guys. Trust the Wall Street Journal, which called it the best budgeting app of 2025. Trust Forbes, which said it's the best app for couples. Trust CNBC, which called it one of the top fintech. I don't even know what that is, but it's fintech. What? A passionate Reddit community of over 34,000 users. Trust that. There's 34,000 guys talking about the app. That's pretty, it's impressive. Congrats to Monarch Money. Once again, guys, don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code TAFS at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with the code TAFS. Now back to the show. Lucy, guys.
No!
I want to talk to you guys about Lucy.
Liar!
As always, it's 100% pure nicotine, always tobacco-free. Lucy breakers are nicotine pouches with an extra, I don't know, that's gross the way I said it. Each pouch holds a capsule that can be broken open to release the little extra flavor and hydration. That's how I hydrate myself.
Like another
So set
version
yourself
of
up with a
Zins.
subscription and have Lucy delivered straight to your door. What's my favorite flavor? I like the minty ones because I like to kiss. And what's my favorite strength? I like the top one. I like to get a real buzz, and I pop it in the morning, and I don't stop popping it in until I go to sleep at night. Guys, level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/TAFS and use promo code TAFS to get 20% off your first order. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. It's no shame. Again, that's lucy.co and use code TAFS to get 20% off. And here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Thank you guys, and now back to the show with Ritchie Torres. I hope it's a good part.
Apparently not.
One thing that is understood is that you're in the House of Representatives, and you have to run every 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, how long do you have to wait till you just start running for the next one after you win an election?
I mean, you start immediately.
Yeah.
It's like you're in a constant state of campaigning.
Is campaigning and going to fundraisers, doing all this stuff, is that a distraction from the work that you have to do?
It can, but I feel like if you're effective at governing, then it improves your ability to get reelected. So if you're a good congressman, you're going to be popular in your district, and you're going to be well positioned to be reelected.
Does it suck that you have to fundraise, right?
It sucks. Fundraising sucks.
Yeah. And like because it's Citizens United, like
it's not.
He's been fundraising and campaigning, but like I think he fucking knows. I think he knows.
Nauseated to ask people for money. Yeah.
Do you feel like it's eroded people's like faith in the institution, right?
I feel like too much money is too much time is spent on fundraising, especially if you're a frontline member who has a fiercely contested general election every 2 years where tens of millions of dollars are spent. You could be spending more than half your time every week
at a banquet.
No, or just call time, just dialing for dollars.
You were.
See, that's the thing. I feel like there's so much money in politics now. Like, and I think that's why people are so tired of the Democratic Party. Like, I think, especially with Israel, we have seen that our Congress cares more about money and the donors than they care about the American people. And I think it was a really hard shock to people. And I think that it showed people that things have really changed, where Congress isn't really fighting for the people anymore. And I think that's a perfect example. Like, you shouldn't be calling all these motherfuckers for money. You should be calling them to do this for this part of your district. You should be calling this person to try this. Like, there needs to be more collaboration in that sense. But it's all about me, money, me. No.
Criticized, I saw, for Blackstone donation, right? And it's understood that they are the architects of the housing crisis, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean you receive contributions from thousands of people.
Yeah.
Or employees from all over the place.
You can send it back and say fuck off.
Yeah, I'm not.
So they're giving you a check just because?
I decide issues on the merits. I don't know what others do, but I decide issues on the merits.
So,
Buddy! You are getting money from a country that's committing a genocide. But I decide on merits.
it's a just cause check?
Just because.
They're just giving you money just because they think you're nice?
I'm pretty sure that even there are lefty candidates who have gotten money from people who are employed. Yeah, rank and file employees, sure.
I figure like you could maybe, if you're like, this guy's,
you do know that,
this guy's making my constituents' lives worse. You could be like, fuck you, I don't want it. I'm in a safe blue district,
Yeah.
right?
People should judge me by my record, so by the legislation I pass.
Yeah.
I work
Or who you support.
7 days a week. I'm visible in my district. I'm on the ground. I'm happy to. If you ever want to take tours of my district, I'm happy to walk you through my district. So.
Yeah, I'd like to.
I honestly think that would be a good interview, like dead ass. Like I think that just in general, like I'm curious to see how he views his district and how he presents his district. I think it's very important because it shows, are you actually in your district? Or are you just saying you're in your district? You know?
I've been to the zoo in Yankee City.
Right. Well, not the actual projects, not the amenities, not the institutions.
Yeah.
I can give you a sense of racially concentrated poverty in a place like the Bronx.
So that's what my question is like.
Where do you live? Which borough?
I live in Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's my question. Like,
so
right?
you might be
like,
divorced from the experience of racially concentrated poverty.
But what does that have to do with taking money from blacks? Like, I just feel like that's a deflection.
Well, I think
and I don't want to
no, because
I don't want to cut like an argument right now. I don't want to argue with you.
If you want to question my ability to represent my district, I'm happy to show you what I do. I'm happy to bring you to my district.
What I'm calling into
and introduce you to my constituents.
What I'm calling into question is the institution, right? I'm calling into question the system, and you're functioning within a system, right?
I've received contributions from tens of thousands of people. I can't keep track of every person. I'm not responsible for every person.
You forgot?
I'm only responsible for what I do.
Okay. So
I mean, you can play the gotcha game, but that's not.
I'm not trying to play the gotcha game. I think you're.
Must have missed something. Is it because he talked about Blackstone? Because I'm
used to like Anderson Cooper 360, and I'm a guy. I'm from Come Town Podcast.
I'm not. I'm happy to answer whatever question you have.
Yeah, whatever. Here's a question for you. I think you've established yourself as the fiercest champion of the state of Israel in Congress.
I've never described myself in those terms.
I'm
pro-Israel, but those are terms.
Well, I think maybe you've been dubbed that.
Yes.
Okay. Listen, I'm a Jewish person. I have my own opinions on this. You have your own opinions, and this is a really frustrating conversation to see people have on the internet. I don't get an opportunity to talk to someone that's making decisions and supporting these things that are a huge deal to people right now.
Sure.
Yeah. One thing that I thought was interesting, and I want to start with you, is that you described your first trip to Israel in 2015 as a life-changing experience. And I just wanted to follow the narrative of like you growing up and and your struggles, and then going into the government, like what was that experience like, and what bred that passion for Israel in you?
Well, since I grew up poor my whole life, I never had an opportunity to travel abroad.
Yeah.
So the first time I ever
Free trip.
went to a foreign country.
So it was life changing because you went on a trip.
Part of the reason went abroad for the first time, life changing, but also when you experience the complexity of Israel, you go to the old
What
city.
did you see? Like, what did you witness? Like,
Well, go to the old city.
yeah, yeah. I've been there.
Yad Vashem, which is the Holocaust Museum.
Yeah, yeah.
Go to the Masada, where Jews committed mass suicide to escape
Of
enslavement.
course,
at the hands of the
I've
Roman
hiked up
Empire.
Masada.
The Gaza envelope.
Yeah.
Went to Sderot, spoke to the local mayor who said that
You went to Gaza?
I did not go to Gaza. No.
What did you say? Gaza envelope?
No, Gaza envelope, which is right on the border with, it's Israel, but it's right at the border with Gaza. So,
It's right next to the fence.
yeah, it's in the proximity to.
What's at the Gaza envelope?
Like
I've never heard that term before.
Sderot.
Stay Road. Yeah, with the rockets going in. Yeah.
Yeah.
How far is Stay Road from Gaza? It's like a mile or something.
Yeah, within a mile.
Yeah. It's right next to it.
Yeah, striking proximity.
Tough.
Yeah.
It's a small place.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Yeah.
I mean, that's why Hamas was able to so easily penetrate on October 7th.
Oh my God.
By getting over the fence.
Yeah, and it's so close.
Yeah. No, I mean, I just want to know.
Why is there a fence with barbed wire? That would have been my question. Why is there a wall? Why are they in a wall? Enclosed open prison. Why are they in there? How was that described to you? That would have been my question.
No, because it seems like it was powerful,
Yes.
and it seems like it's informed your record, and I that's what's interesting to me. It's like your story and how you got here, and like I think it's narratively what fascinates me.
Maybe one day you'll give me a chance to tell it. So.
Why are you annoyed by this question?
I'm kidding. So I spoke to the local mayor of Sderot. Sderot.
Yeah.
And he said to me that the majority of his children struggle with post-traumatic stress because families like his live under the threat of relentless rocket fire. And I remember seeing these bus stops doubling as bomb
Are you kidding me? Zionists are so fucking dramatic. They have post-traumatic stress, and yet they're kidnapping children and raping them. Like, I can't. There's currently a 16-year-old named Mohammed Ibrahim, who's an American citizen. He's from Florida, who's currently in an Israeli prison. 16 years old, has lost 26 pounds, currently has scabies, has only been able to see his lawyer twice. He's been there since February. Why is he in jail? Because he allegedly threw a rock at the IDF. So this whole Cry Me a River about, I have post-traumatic stress because I hear rockets. Go fuck yourselves. Go fuck yourselves.
Shelters. You know, I come from the Bronx where people live in fear of bullets and guns, but we in America do not worry about Canada and Mexico firing rockets into American homes and communities. You know, we're a country of 330 million people. We're surrounded by oceans, and Israel's a tiny democracy the size of New Jersey.
Okay, that's the other thing Zionists like to do. They always like to focus on Israel's size. Israel has nukes in the Iron Dome. Israel has nukes in the Iron Dome. That's literally why they get away with so much fucking bullshit. Because they know that they have nukes in the Iron Dome, and no one's gonna fuck with nukes in the Iron Dome.
That's literally surrounded by both state and non-state actors that are intent on wiping it off the map. So, I left Israel with an empathy for the unique security situation that Israel faces.
Did you visit the occupied territories while you were there?
I went into not Gaza, but I went into the Palestinian Ramallah. So.
Yeah, Ramallah.
Yeah.
And what did you see when you were there?
We spoke to Palestinians who obviously have a much more critical view of Israel, and
and that didn't resonate as much as like what was your takeaway from hearing?
Look, I
just think that's such an odd thing to say. Here's why. Jamal Bowman, he lost his primary to someone because of AIPAC. They put like $12 million. AIPAC put $12 million to get Jamal Bowman out of Congress because he was pro-Palestine. And he was on a very similar trip as Ritchie Torres. The difference is that he saw that what Israel is doing to the Palestinians is apartheid. And he saw the injustice. Ta-Nehisi Coates, in his newest book, very small, highly recommend. It's very good. He got a lot of shit for it, so fuck those bitches. He talked about a similar trip where how he was able to get past some checkpoints, but his guide that was taking him throughout the city wasn't able to because he was Palestinian. Those different situations showed him that Israel is an apartheid state. And this was all before October 7th. So I think that shows just how much they have gotten his ass. And it's sad. It's sad that money makes you be this way. It's sad. It's sad.
Here the mayor's day wrote his children have PTSD, and then this guy's like, Israel's screwing with me.
Well, look, I'm in favor of a two-state solution.
Sure.
That's never going to happen.
I feel like the just outcome lies not in the existence of a Jewish state to the exclusion of a Palestinian state, or the existence of a Palestinian state to the exclusion of a Jewish state. It's the coexistence of both. So I think I want to see the struggle, both the Israeli and the Palestinian struggle for self-determination to be reconciled in the form of a two-state solution.
A big topic nowadays is campus anti-Semitism.
Yeah.
You've spoken out against it. I just want to know what you identify as the examples of this type of anti-Semitism in elite academic institutions.
Yeah, so there were students at a CUNY Halal, where you had a violent, what I thought was an aggressive mob following them to a kosher restaurant in the heart of New York City. And
what were they doing, the mob? What was the mob doing?
Just following them, and then barricaded the restaurant, and
they were like chanting?
hurled insults at the patrons and slamming the windows. You know, much of it is captured in
I have no
video
idea what he's
footage.
talking about, to be honest.
You know, harassing people simply for being pro-Israel Jews, to me, is wrong.
Is there any other examples? Like, there's a restaurant. I mean, it's just like,
that's one situation.
all we're hearing about is campus anti-Semitism, radical. Like, is there a link between Hamas and the protests? Like, is that established?
Well, there are students who have faced harassment and intimidation because of their beliefs. There are students who feel inhibited.
There are students who literally were illegally kidnapped and sent to Louisiana and missed the birth of their son for being pro-Palestine. His name was Mahmoud Khalil. He was one of the people to try to come together and talk with the Columbia University's front office. So I don't want to hear the fucking bullshit. There was people being intimidated. I don't want to fucking hear that bullshit.
Inhibited from expressing their Jewish or Zionist identity because of the atmosphere of intimidation or harassment on college campuses. You should speak to this.
How have they?
Are you denying that there's any campus anti-Semitism? Or?
Well, I'll give you an example. I know a younger person that went to UCLA and was attacked, and is Jewish, and was with a group of Jewish people at a protest, and they were attacked by the Proud Boys.
Okay, that's an anti-Semitic incident.
No, but the Proud Boys.
Okay, but like, because they're pro-Palestine, no one's going to call it anti-Semitic. They're going to say they're anti-Semitic already because they are pro-Palestine. That's the problem.
Were there for Israel. And those are the guys that did
The
Charlottesville.
Proud Boys are there for Israel?
Yeah.
I think of the Proud Boys as like white nationalists and white supremacists.
I'm telling you right now.
Who are anti-Israel, but okay.
Listen, I'm like a comedian, right? Like, I hate when comedians, especially on the internet, like, speak from a position of authority with like about crap that they don't know about. You know, this is one topic I feel like I can speak on, and
on college campus anti-Semitism.
No, on anti-Semitism
in
and
general, because you haven't been in college how long? Probably 2 decades, right?
I'm telling you, on my experience of anti-Semitism.
You're talking to a Jewish person, buddy. Like, you're not fucking Jewish. You can't talk shit about anti-Semitism when you're talking to someone who literally is fucking Jewish.
In the last 2 years. But the last 2 years have felt different in America. And I don't know if you've been on Twitter recently. Now, a ton of people are questioning the validity of the Holocaust having happened.
Yes.
Can you tell me with a straight face that those are the 18-year-old kids at Columbia that are doing that?
The 18-year-old kids at Columbia?
Are they doing those posts about the Holocaust never having existed? You know who's doing it.
No, we disagree here.
You think that it's the...
You don't put words in my mouth.
It's people on the right. Let me tell you.
You're suggesting that there's... You're suggesting there's no... You're suggesting there's no one on the far left that denies the Holocaust? Or downplays the Holocaust? That's an...
What are you... You're doing moot court right now.
Is he joking? Is he joking? The reason why the far left is always fucking right is because we actually know history. And we're willing to comment on history. And we're willing to connect the dots. What a gross...
I'm telling you what it's like to be my experience being Jewish.
Yeah, but there are others who have a different experience.
I'm trying to see. You're why is one better than the other? Why is one more important than the other?
Pop off, Adam.
You're in the government. I don't get a chance to talk.
Of course.
Okay. I think hatred of Jewish people has exploded in this country, and I don't think it's. I think it's because it's of our support of what looks to be an absolute brutality. And I think that...
You think that's a justification for anti-Semitism?
Here's the thing.
You think Israeli government policy is a justification for anti-Semitism? My view is there's no justification for anti-Semitism.
I think that...
There's zero justification for anti-Semitism.
Okay, you're deflecting again.
I'm not deflecting. That's my position.
What does it look like to have a flag with a Jewish star and I'm Jewish? And for kids to be starving right now? Why is my government... I don't want to do this fight. Let's not do like a yelling at each other thing. I really just, for me, I had the experience of...
It just sounds like you're justifying anti-Semitism, which making me feel like...
Are you crazy right now?
Okay.
Why would I do that? You're doing the I'm Hamas thing?
I'm not saying you're Hamas, but I'm not, I think there should be...
We'll do a different tack.
Israeli government policy should have no bearing on...
You could tell that, like, that in and of itself was very hard for him, Adam. Even say that I feel like the hatred for Jews is because of Israel. You could tell that must have been very hard for him to acknowledge. And this fucking asshole is like, well, you're just excusing anti-Semitism. And it's like, it's insane. There's something that I want to show. No, actually. So much hate today on my gun comment saying like it's the guns for the against the not mental health for the genocide, but it was a very weird situation. Okay. Here. Beverly Hills School Board passes motion to fly Israeli flags on all campuses. I'm sorry, why the fuck are we flying Israeli flags on US soil when we're in fucking America? And what I said was, this will cause a rise in anti-Semitism. The obsession with Israel is actually harming the Jewish community, not helping them. Like, it's gotten so bad. But no one wants to hear it. Instead, they want to force it down your fucking throat, and that's going to harm Jewish people. No matter what, if they're pro-Palestine, pro-Israel, it's going to harm Jewish people no matter what.
If you have disagreements with the Israeli government, you should voice your criticism of the Israeli government. But there is no justification for intimidation or harassment against America.
Dude, he's fucking Jewish. I think out of everything, he fucking knows what anti-Semitism is.
American Jews.
I'm telling you as a Jew right now that we are receiving a lot more hate because of what the people with a flag that has a Jewish star on are doing to other people right now.
That might
and
be
I'm telling you, as a Jewish person, how painful it is for us to say, and it hurts my stomach to say this. So you're going to say, I disagree, that this is a genocide. And that hurts to say that a Jew could do that. It hurts because we grew up with learning about what hatred is. We grew up learning about this. And the same year the state of Israel was established, in 1948, the world saw the Holocaust, and they established standards for what a genocide is. It was the same year. And the world said that this shouldn't be a thing that happens. You know? And I just wonder, like, it doesn't make sense to me, I don't know, it doesn't track to me why there's this fixation with kids at a school and two examples of people at a restaurant that there was banging.
Two examples. I mean, there are surveys on it.
Give me the...
Read the...
Dude, like, we don't even know how many people have been murdered by Israel. But at least, in my estimation, there are at least 400,000 people that have been murdered by Israel. Already in Gaza, there was just 2 million people. Israel killed 500,000 people. And it's still going on. And this motherfucker is like, yeah, I mean, there's more statistics on people who are getting afraid that they're getting yelled at. Families have been completely wiped out. Completely wiped out. There is no more of people's generations. Their bloodline has ended because of Israel. Completely ended. Hassan Piker had Dr. Mo. He, the beast from the Middle East, he went to Gaza. He is a doctor. He's Palestinian. And he said that every single one of these children, their DNA has officially changed due to the starvation and the trauma that they have experienced these past 22 months. Israel has fucking destroyed this specific area of Palestinians for generations. Just like Nazi Germany did the same for Jewish people during the Holocaust. And this motherfucker has the fucking audacity to tell a Jewish person that he knows fucking more than anti-Semitism. And this is exactly why I will always say fuck you, Ritchie Torres. I will always fucking say that.
Idiot.
Fucking disgraceful Puerto Rican, my ass. Fucking disgraceful.
Tell surveys on it. Because
it's hard for me to talk about this in public
clearly,
because
I mean,
you're being a dick. That's mean.
No, I'm not being mean. It's an emotional topic.
All right, I'll share with you what happened.
I'm not.
I lived there.
I don't intend to be mean. So.
Sir, I lived there when I was 18, and I grew up a Zionist. And we were told, and our whole community in this country is told, that we have to defend Israel and love Israel because it'll stop the Holocaust. It will stop another Holocaust from happening. And my dad was born in 1951. That was 6 years after these atrocities. His friends' parents, he knew these people that had been through this hell, these skeletons. And it terrified us. And the understanding in our community is that we have to defend Israel. But I lived there, and I went to a settlement at the end of my year there, and I looked down the hill at a Palestinian village, and I saw how they lived, and I turned back and I looked at the settlement and saw how they lived. And people live in a world where they're demeaned and dehumanized and surveilled constantly by people and this isn't in Gaza, by people in SWAT team outfits with semi-automatic weapons, and that's what the world is seeing. And you keep telling me that the problem is someone's getting yelled at a restaurant? I'm sorry.
You're conflating two different issues. So I don't
please,
understand.
please. Me saying this to you right now will hurt people in my own family, okay? Because this is a very important thing to us. And the fact that I still fucking care about being Jewish is embarrassing. I should just be a guy. But this feels like a stain on our history. And it feels like it's changed what being Jewish is. Because what being Jewish is isn't Israel. Judaism has existed for 4,000 years. This is a country for 75 years. You know, like, it is the oldest, one of the oldest monotheistic religions. Anti-Semitism is one of the oldest forms of hatred. People in my life are going to be mad at me about this, but I'm saying this because I am Jewish. You know, and I don't understand why you would be.
Look how you define.
I want to.
I feel like I'm here to be lectured, not.
Shut up. That's not nice. You can't talk that way. Why are one set of Jews more important than others?
No one's saying any.
What happened? You went to the beach in Israel? What, you went to a restaurant or something?
Yeah.
A nice restaurant?
No.
Like, listen.
Never even been to the Tel Aviv Pride Parade. So.
This is the year 2025.
Yeah.
The world is seeing something that looks terrible, and it's being done in my name, and I don't know what to do.
But the war began on October 7th.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
You're
when Hamas systematically murdered and made, you want.
Okay.
Look, we're going down a rabbit hole. We fundamentally disagree.
No.
But Hamas murdered and maimed
you're doing the
and
TV
mutilated
thing. Don't do
and
TV.
abducted and tortured thousands of people. That's not television.
That's not true. There has been zero evidence. A majority. And there has been multiple testimonies of IDF soldiers saying that they were specifically told to stay away from that area because Bibi fucking knew what was going to happen and he let it happen. And IDF soldiers have testified that they fucking killed people, their own fucking people, to make things worse.
Television, that's a fact, that's reality. You can deny it, you can downplay it.
I'm not denying October 7th.
Well, you seem to be
You're
trivializing
doing the I'm
it,
pro October 7th. You're doing I'm pro Hamas.
I never said you were pro Hamas. You're putting words in my mouth.
It is.
But you seem to be downplaying it.
There, for the last 17 years, people have been under a blockade where they cannot leave. If you were born in a place and there's a fence there and there's a guy with a gun on the other side and he says you can't go anywhere, would you like that guy? If you treat people like animals, sometimes they're going to lash out.
Look, I sincerely believe, maybe I'm wrong, that if Palestinians were governed not by a terrorist organization like Hamas in Gaza, but by a regime that...
Okay, so obviously he has not read any history of Palestine, considering that Hamas was created in 2005. They were created in 2005. I'm pretty sure it was 2005. Let me see. I don't want to butcher this. Something happened in 2005. I know they gave Gaza back. Okay. Okay. See, this is exactly why I wanted to check. I want to make sure I get this right. The statement that Hamas was created in 2005 is false. Hamas was founded in 1987 at the beginning of the first Palestinian Intifada, or uprising against the Israeli occupation. When was Hamas elected? Hamas is a government. I feel like people are not understanding that. Hamas is a government. Hamas was elected in 2006. The Palestinians, okay, so they elected Hamas in 2006 because Hamas is totally, they're a party, just like the Democratic Party, just like the Republican Party. People don't talk like that.
That was able and willing to make peace with Israel, the situation would be fundamentally different.
The preconditions for this happening are undeniably something that the Israeli government was fully aware of. Why would Bibi Netanyahu... Okay, here's the question.
Do you think October 7th was justified?
No.
Okay, I'm happy you said that.
Are you listening to what I'm saying right now?
Not, though. I think he is so... to live with himself. This is what I truly think could possibly be the reason. To live with himself, he has to completely deny all inhumanity of Israel. Because if you notice, Zionists won't even fucking acknowledge the occupation of Gaza or the occupation of the West Bank. Won't even fucking acknowledge it. Because they tell themselves it's not real. They have trained their mind to not go there. Trained their mind to not really believe what is being shown. Seeing all the fucking dead babies. Seeing dogs chew on people's bodies. Because everyone is being starved.
Listening to what you're saying.
Why would the Israeli government... Hamas wants to eradicate the Jewish people and the Jewish state? Is that right?
That's what Hamas has said, yeah.
Okay. Then why would they direct...
Let me see that. Has Hamas ever said they want to kill the Jews? Yeah, in fucking 1988. Because I know it's been said, but I know it has not been said in a very fucking long time. So in 1988, okay, what was happening in 1988? The fucking first Intifada. Like, hello? And then it says, okay, through the statements of its officials over the years. In 2017, Hamas released a new document that omitted the explicit call to kill Jews. But its founding ideology and official rhetoric continue to be scrutinized for anti-Semitic elements. Okay, that's fucking bullshit. They took it out. Like, what do you fucking want from them? That's such a cop-out. That's such a fucking cop-out.
Directly give Hamas money, literally bags of cash in suitcases through the Qataris. Nearly, I think over $1 billion in cash during this last 17 years.
That's a fair point. It's a great question.
If one of those kids at Columbia wrote a $5 check to Hamas, you'd say send them to Gitmo for being a terrorist.
It's a fair point.
Does that make Benjamin Netanyahu a terrorist? He's supporting terror.
The United States, it seems to me, the United States and Israel could have shut off the spigot and did not do so. I don't know why, but...
Why is it Israel and or the United States' responsibility? Why? It's not your fucking land. You don't govern them. So why is it your responsibility to shut off the spigot? Which, by the way, Israel does all the fucking time to Gaza in the West Bank. They always shut off their electricity and water. And why do they have control of it? I don't fucking know.
But that was a failure. There's no question.
I I think that what I see is the reason why our government provides $25 billion to something that looks this horrific to people. I think is the same reason. I think it makes it look like that the Jews control the government, but really what it is the more boring answer. It's the reason why the government and you guys don't get shit done. It's the reason why Sandy Hook can happen. You guys can't do gun reform. It's because
why can't we do gun reform?
Because special interest groups can buy influence in our government.
Well, which political party is against gun reform?
The NRA has the power.
It's the Republican Party.
We allow our government to be flooded with cash and money.
Okay. We just had a mass shooting today. An 8-year-old and a 10-year-old are fucking dead because of the incompetence of Congress. Just because it's the Republican Party, Democrats still couldn't get fucking shit done. And they had the House, the Senate, and the fucking White House.
And what's scary to me is that that people are starting to question the Holocaust ever happening. How could Jews, maybe they invented the Holocaust?
You're blaming Israel for Holocaust denial?
I'm blaming our government for supporting a genocide. But it is unfathomable in my heart, and it breaks my heart that we could be capable of it.
I think we should move on.
Why is that?
We just fundamentally disagree. So
I think I'm talking to you about where I come from and that it feels different, and maybe I have a different perspective.
You have a different perspective.
But
I know people who have a perspective that's different from yours.
See, that's what I'm saying. The bloodthirsty fucking demons. They try to just put their blinders on. Oh, Israel is such a saint country. We're not murdering hundreds of thousands of people. We haven't destroyed people's lives. There's no Gaza. They put on the fucking blinders.
Yeah.
With a much smaller platform than you.
I'm not. I hate this conversation.
I know.
You know, I have it with my family. You know, it's not something, and I love my family.
If it were up to me, we would not be having this because we're speaking a foreign language.
My family grew up in South Africa, right? We were like Jews from Eastern Europe that literally we thought we were going to Ellis Island. Mm-hmm. My grandma, all the grannies stayed, and my parents' whole generation of South African Jews left. And when I was a kid, like growing up, I used to write all my who's my hero essays on Nelson Mandela, and he was like a hero of mine, right? And he was also, in prison, and for terrorism too. I don't want to get it. You're gonna go Hamas is what I don't want. I'm not debating Hamas is good. He was called that, and he went to my synagogue after he got out of prison, Madiba, and he spoke to like all the grandmas who like were still there. They didn't have to fucking move because black people could vote. And he said, "Tell your kids to come back because we need them to build our country." I don't know. I think that I don't see what's wrong with people being afforded the right to vote.
Do you think that's what Hamas means when it says free Palestine from the river to the sea?
To me, it seems like maybe if there's a recognition that people were cleared off their land in 1948.
But there are those who only want a Jewish state, and there are those who only want a Palestinian state.
Then they could fuck off.
And we should be advocating for the coexistence of a Jewish state and a Palestinian state.
Why?
Okay, but literally, Ritchie, who is a fucking psycho, has verbally said that they want to starve the Palestinians. They want to ethnically cleanse Palestine. Like, I just don't understand why we're having this fucking conversation. I think that's what's really hard. I'll never forget, we learned about the Holocaust so much in middle school. Well, at least I did. I don't know about you. And almost every single time we had this topic brought up in class, almost every single time, someone, sometimes it was me, sometimes it was me. How could the world allow this to happen? How could we allow 6 million Jews murdered? And to know that we're living in a time we're fucking arguing. Devastating. Fucking devastating. Because we shouldn't be arguing about the mass slaughter of ever. Definitely should not be supporting them. But at the same time, now we know how murder 6 million.
I continue to believe the two-state solution ultimately is the inevitable path forward.
It's stupid.
There were 1,000 Jews who were murdered before the establishment of Israel, like a half a century before the establishment of Israel.
Over 700,000 people displaced during the Nakba. Nakba was when Britain and Jewish people, after the Holocaust came, stole Palestinian land, their houses, their cattle, their sheep, everything. And literally all that most Palestinians brought were just their key, their house, because they thought they were going to be. Generation upon generation, Palestinian grandparents passed down the key, hoping to go back to their land, hoping to go back to what was theirs. So for him to be like 1,000 people died, I'm very sorry. Like, that's sad. I'm sorry. I don't fucking know what you want from me. But you know what else is sad? Stealing people's land that doesn't belong to you. And completely displacing 700,000. That's pretty fucking sad too.
1,000 Jews.
Yeah, they were killing each other, Jews and Palestinians. Yeah,
the Hebron massacre.
It doesn't make sense to me. This in 2025.
The only point was there was violence against Jews before the establishment of the state of Israel.
There was violence against Palestinians, and there was an ethnic cleansing in 1948.
I mean, the Hebron massacre.
He's not.
What are you talking about right now? You're in the government. And listen, I didn't want to argue.
Wait, I'm sorry, you're not familiar with the Hebron massacre in 1929?
Wait, you're saying that justifies an entire ethnic cleansing in 1948?
Israel was a.
Whoa, this isn't even a good argument.
Hold on, Israel.
What are you talking about?
I didn't realize we were debating.
I don't want to do it, but you say something like that.
The Jewish state was established by international law, right? The UN passed a resolution.
Which they had no right to do, but whatever.
That recognized the establishment of a Jewish state. And there were a number of Arab countries, including Egypt, that declared war on Israel. Yes. It was the War of Independence. And Israel won the war.
The Palestinians didn't declare war on them. They were just people that were living there. And they were kicked off their land.
By the way, there were 800,000 Jews that were ethnically cleansed from the Arab world.
Do you know what?
There were Jews.
He's not. See, that's the thing. He has trained his mind. Just anytime you hear Palestinian, no, Palestinians, fuck them. We're going to talk about Jewish only. He has trained his mind. It's so toxic. I'm really glad that Adam Friedland posted this, but I'm really fucking sad too.
You know how many Jews there are?
Not by the
world?
Palestinians.
Almost none. I'm not talking about I'm talking about the broader Arab world.
So why do the Palestinians have to bear the responsibility of the Algerians kicking the Jews out?
You can relitigate.
Why do the Palestinians bear the responsibility of Egypt invading in 1948?
Israel's been a state for 77 years.
Bro, it's so depressing what you're saying right now.
You're proposing to undo an established state?
No. I know people that live there. I have family that live there. I don't think that they should leave.
What are you proposing?
I'm proposing a democracy.
Literally It would be the problem is though, Adam Sweetie, Israel's a genocidal state. Like 80% of the people in Israel believe what's happening is good, and they want it to continue. And the people that are currently out in the streets protesting in Tel Aviv, they're protesting for the hostages to be free and then to go back to genociding the Palestinian people. So until we work on that, there will never be a safe place for Palestinians to live in Israel. Even the Palestinians that currently do live in Israel are not safe. But there are currently Palestinians that are living in Israel right this second. It's a fucking hellhole for them. Have to program this genocidal rhetoric from them. But that can take that can take a lot of work. But also that means you have to change so much. That requires the support of all the countries to help. Because right now we have an entire country that is pro-genocide. That should be terrifying to everyone.
I'm proposing an extensive demographic study of what was taken and what was lost, extensive reparations for what was taken, and a truth and reconciliation process where we can end this shit. What we're seeing right now is that members of the Israeli government are talking about clearing that shit out. And Trump, our president, is talking about putting a fucking jet ski museum there. And that's the reality right now.
That is the far right, yes.
It's
that's
the
a
far
view that
right?
I reject. So
What the far right? I'm talking about the government and the generals that are in charge of Israel.
The Ben-Gavirs, the Smoltrishes of the world, that's a view
They're
that I
the
reject.
cabinet.
Yes, and I reject them.
That's what Hamas is saying they want to do to Israel.
I'm sorry?
I mean,
Hamas murdered thousands of people, so there's no...
So what does that mean?
That Hamas is a terrorist organization for murdering innocent children.
So then what is the Knesset?
How many civilians have been killed in this war?
The war is a tragedy, but...
90% of them have been...
But
90% of them have been civilians. They've killed journalists. They've killed journalists.
People have been killed in a war. It's been a tragedy.
They've killed people.
The most amount of journalists that's ever been killed in combined war. 260 journalists. Right now, Russia and Ukraine are fighting. 18 journalists. That's different. It's targeting.
People waiting for aid.
But you're suggesting that it is the policy of the Israeli government to murder civilians, and that is a notion that I reject.
You gotta listen, man, you gotta be like a human being about this.
People who are dying in the war, which to me is a tragedy, because war is a tragedy.
Do you feel in your heart that this is what you're saying is right?
If you remove Hamas...
You don't actually think that.
I told you what I believe. Don't tell me what I believe. I've told you what I believe.
Why would you believe that?
Because there are people who see the world differently. I know it's a shock to you, but there are people who see the world differently.
But why?
I know that's a shock to you.
It seems a little bit like...
The humanitarian crisis has deteriorated rapidly.
I don't want to be disrespectful like this.
You've been at various points.
In what capacity?
You've just been hostile. So.
In what capacity?
It's fine. Don't worry. It's just been a gotcha interview.
I think that...
It's very clear that Adam did not want this to happen. Even before, he had his statement before we started the interview. This is not how he has... From every Adam Friedland episode I've seen, this is not how he wants to present and treat his people he's interviewing, guests, he always wants to be respectful. He always wants to make sure that they are heard. I think it's a complete disrespect that Ritchie AIPAC Torres said that Adam was being hostile when Adam was just telling him his fucking experience. And that's the problem with Zionism. Because when you're anti-Zionist, they do not believe that your Judaism matters. Because you are not pro-Zionism. You're anti-Zionism. And that's not Judaism in their mindset. It's so fucked up. It's so fucking crazy. So, like,
my conscience is clear, especially as someone that's lived there and seen it and loved people that live there. And this sucks. I really didn't want to do this. And I think that you saw it as gotcha. Well, this is what people are talking about right now.
No, I get it. Well, not in the South Bronx. People are not talking about Israel. People are talking about how to put food.
That's not true. That's the thing that is really frustrating about the Democratic Party. I will never forget. It was like a couple of weeks, no, maybe a month ago. Nancy Pelosi was asked about the Epstein files and like, what does she think about the Epstein files? And she's like, right now, people aren't thinking about the Epstein files. We need to talk about kitchen table topics. No, bitch. You can talk about kitchen table topics, but you can also talk about the fact that the president of the United States is in the Epstein files. The president of the United States was a fucking pedophile. You can also talk about that too. Same as this. There are people who are living in horrible conditions in the Bronx. But you know what they also see? They also see innocent children being fucking killed every single day by the IDF, the current day Nazis. You can see both things. You can experience both things.
Food on the table and pay the bills.
Yeah.
Maybe in your world, that's what people are talking about.
No,
but in my world, people are struggling. So
yeah.
So, your world, people are struggling. So, fuck everyone else in the rest of the world. That's the problem with the United States. And I didn't really see it, how bad it is, how we have this fuck the rest of the world. We are the number one. We matter the most. We should only pay attention to ourselves until I started getting older and I started learning about other countries more. And I started learning about what the United States has done to other countries. And the atrocities the United States has implemented. They specifically, it's not as bad as Israel, obviously. But they want you to think that the United States is number one, that you're number one, that everyone else is below you. You don't fucking matter. Because you don't matter, if you're the only one that matters, why are we talking about the other countries? Who gives a fuck? That is the mindset that the United States has been doing since Reagan.
Why, if people are struggling in your world, are you paying $25 billion?
We have a $7 trillion budget in the federal government.
Yeah.
Right, less than.
So it's not that much money?
Less than 1%.
So there's a little money went to Israel.
In the grand scheme of the federal budget?
So we cut USAID, which was probably not enough people are talking about, which is the fact that because of Doge, literally over millions of people are going to die by 2030 because we cut aid to them and we cut HIV vaccines and preventatives because we're inhumane fucks. I don't give a fuck how much our budget is. Why is that cut? But sending bombs to murder little kids isn't. I'd rather give all of my money to helping starving children in Africa, to helping mothers who have HIV that are trying not to pass it down to their children. I'd rather give all of my money to that situation and USAID than Israel any fucking day.
Yes, it's minuscule.
I'm sorry, dude. You're bummed. Your consultant told you not to do it. I like this guy a lot too. I hate this. This is so embarrassing.
I don't have anything to hide. I'm willing to go anywhere.
No, man. I'm sorry.
I wish he didn't apologize, to be honest. I wish he didn't apologize. I think that he did a beautiful job. He has nothing to apologize for. If it's uncomfortable, that's not on him. That's on Ritchie Torres being a selfish fuck. That's not on him. There's nothing for him to apologize for. He tried to share his experience, and you know what Ritchie Torres did? Fuck you, I don't care. Nothing for Adam Friedland to apologize. Nothing.
I appreciate your time. Listen,
Sure.
having this opportunity for me is a big deal. I don't get to talk to someone in the government that's taking part in these big decisions like this, and
Well, only one of 535. So.
well, I'll talk to another one. Which one would like me? Virginia Fox?
I don't know.
Oh, God.
Do you have her number?
I don't have her number. No.
All right. I appreciate it. I feel like you're mad at me or something. I got to get a big laugh.
But look, it's like Hyman Roth from The Godfather 2. He said, "This is the life we've chosen." So.
I truly think, like, this week because I'm psycho. I truly believe there's like an inch, even if it's like this much, like even if it's like a tiny bit. I truly believe that he regrets being an AIPAC bitch. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. But I believe he regrets being an AIPAC bitch. I do.
You know, I know what I signed up for.
Is this what happens? This has been a terrible.
I know what I signed up for. I truly believe he has regret now. No one says that. No one says that without, unless you're like, you regret what you're doing. I think you just can't say it because you got paid.
I've been doing a terrible job. I'm rambling about Israel and being a Jew and the Holocaust. And it's the most embarrassing stuff to talk about in public.
No, it's not.
I feel like
No, it's
everyone,
not.
every Jewish American, should have a right to be who they are, to wear a kippah, to display a Star of David, to be proudly and visibly Jewish, without fear of harassment or intimidation or violence.
Well,
I mean, the freedom to be who we are is like fundamental for all of us.
well, I think that.
What about if a Jewish person wants to wear a keffiyeh? How would you feel about that, Richie? Is that acceptable?
From where I'm sitting, Israel might be a threat to that.
And you know, you have that view, but others have a different view.
Why are we still having this interview? This is exhausting. I'm
Adam,
sweating.
stop it.
The AC's off. I'm just trying to find a button to shake your hand, dude. I don't want to fucking do this.
Adam, stop it.
No, I think you have an agenda to speak about this.
Wait, I missed it. Fuck. We need to go back.
To wear a kippah, to display a Star of David, to be proudly and visibly Jewish, without fear of harassment or intimidation or violence.
Well,
I mean, the freedom to be who we are is like fundamental for all of us.
well, I think that from where I'm sitting, Israel might be a threat to that.
And you know, you have that view, but others have a different view.
Why are we still having this interview? This is exhausting. I'm sweating.
We can end the interview.
The AC's off. I'm just trying to find a button to shake your hand, dude.
Sweating.
I don't want to fucking do this.
I'm sweating as dude. We have talked about so much other shit.
No, I think you
No, I think you had an agenda to speak about this.
have an agenda to speak about this. I really do.
didn't have an agenda.
I really did.
It's your number one topic.
It's not my number one topic. It's just not.
It is your.
It's not my number one topic. It's not
From
my
what I
number.
saw.
Well, then
Well,
I'm
from what
happy
I
that
saw, from what
I was not
researched.
elected on Israel.
You were not elected on Israel, and yet that still is the number one Why is that? Why is that?
You don't get elected in the South Bronx and the
I'm
Northeast
not
Bronx.
trying to make you feel bad or like.
No, but I just don't think you know what you're talking about.
Telling a Jewish man he doesn't know what he's talking about. I fucking can't with this dumb bitch. If you can see now, you know why I fucking hate Ritchie Torres. I think he did a great job. I think he did a great job. I do. I think there is nothing for him to apologize for. I think he did a fantastic job. Oh, I thought I was right. I'm sorry, Adam. I think that he has really shown that you can have an interview with someone. It may be the last interview possible. Doesn't fucking matter. If you have a shot, you fucking take that shot and you tell them what Israel is doing is a genocide. We saw it with on Breaking Points when Crystal Ball Queen destroyed Alyssa Slotkin. We have now seen another incredible interview of Adam Friedland telling another Democratic congressperson. Both of them were good at Democrats. Alyssa Slotkin and Ritchie Torres. They're both fucking Democrats. Both saying, you know what? Why don't you acknowledge that what Israel is doing is a genocide? So to CNN, to MSNBC, this shows why independent media matters. This shows why you need to stop being afraid of the corporations. And that's why finding out about this bullshit shows that there is now going to be another fucking stain on independent media, on the Democrats, because they're so fucking selfish. Now I understand why everyone was really emotional. This is so sweet. Not gonna lie, Adam really expressed so many of my emotions and feelings in the interview, and to see Ritchie's complete dismissal of all of it is extremely depressing. Thank you, Adam, for having the humility to try your best. I'm gonna fucking start crying reading the comments. This is the greatest episode of the Adam Friedland show ever. This is one of the best interviews I've ever consumed in any format. Yeah, this is what people want. People want the truth. People want to see that their feelings matter. And the Democrats have done this. This is what the Democrats have done. Your feelings don't matter. We're going to support Israel no matter what. We don't give a fuck what you say. It's Israel now and forever. And we have seen time and time again how that has fucked the Democratic Party, how that has fucked over our country through and through. I think a lot of us wanted to sit down and talk to someone in power this way. Thanks for putting this one out. If this doesn't scare powerful people away from the show, this can become very